How are you feeling now with one game to go, Mike?
It's been an interesting first season as a manager. Obviously, it started in the Championship at Queen's Park Rangers and 50 games and being back here at Rangers at the start of the season, I wouldn't have thought that was possible. So it's been a whirlwind. It's been a pleasant whirlwind. It's fantastic to be back at the club. You ride the wave of the ups and downs, but I feel really comfortable in the job, and I've been looking to the summer for the last few weeks, to be honest. So we'll get this game out the way in the right way. We want to get a positive result, and then a very short break, and then back to work. And I'm really excited about pre-season. It's not the easiest thing to do, coming into a club in the middle of the season when part of the season's been written, if you like. But I'm glad the summer's upon us.
You obviously asked quite a lot about your transfers. Mike, how much do you hope you get most of that business done as you start pre-season?
Yeah, look, there's 3 or 4 things that we know are there. Obviously, we announced Kieran last week, so there's a couple of other bits that we know are there and sorted, and then there's a lot of talking and negotiation going on at the moment. So I'm in a real positive place with where I see things going. As a manager, until you see the player in your training ground, if you like, you're never concrete, but I'm really pleased with the way it's going.
How much are you relishing a full season?
Yeah, I'm relishing everything being reset and giving ourselves an opportunity to have a really strong pre-season. Some new players coming in, they'll obviously bring new energy and enable me to really fully imprint my ideas on the team. I've been really happy with the players inside. Even today, the competitiveness in training and the attitude of the players has always been first class. And so yeah, I'm really looking forward to a full pre-season, everything being reset, and a lot of optimism around what we can achieve.
It's been a big turnaround in players. I guess that one of the main things is getting them going right away in the start. Yeah,
look, I've been here before. Seems like forever ago in 2018 when we first started and new players came in. It's not a new start. You're adding to something that's already up and running. And we're clearly already a good team, so we're adding good players to it. So I'm really optimistic. Certainly in the final third, I think that's been an area where, although we win a lot of games and score a lot of goals, we also are a team that misses a lot of chances. Again, on Wednesday night was a prime example. So we'll be looking to bring some players in there in those positions with pedigree to add to what we've got, and hopefully that makes us more potent. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Sorry, Ron, I was just going to ask, just finally from me, Michael, is anything close to the line in terms of forward positions?
Yeah, but the transfer window opens the 14th of June this summer, and obviously there's still a lot of football being played around different leagues and playoffs and cup finals and whatnot. So although there's some bits in the background, nothing will be announced imminently.
In hindsight, Michael, anything you would have changed since you came in?
Well, listen, we've had 3 or 4 difficult days. We've won a lot of games. I come back, I think 22 out of 28, but obviously if we go back to the semi-final and the final, we had opportunities in those games to have changed the outcome of the result. We didn't, and so that's really disappointing. The league, I thought we did ever so well for a long period of time and stayed right in there, but fair play to Celtic, their form was outstanding. As we say, the summer's going to see change in all the teams in the league, so you come back, nothing's quite the same, but the one thing that is we reset to 0 in the league, and it gives us a big opportunity. And again, our ride in Europe the last few years, 2 last 16s, a final of the Europa League, qualifying for the Champions League, and that not going as well as anybody would want. We want to put that right as well.
22 out of 28 is great form in any league, but in Scotland it might have to be even better next season, eh?
Yeah, of course. Like, you know, I said the other day, our home form being unbeaten at home is good. We've won, 9 out of the last 11 away from home as well, or 8 out of the last 10 away from home, whichever one of that is. And that sounds great, but we're in a country where you can drop very, very little. And, you know, you look, even in the last few weeks, the couple of away games at Aberdeen and Celtic, we could have got more from both of those games, again, because of the chances that we created. And So look, this season's now done after tomorrow. Good riddance to this season, and we'll come back next year and we'll give it a real good go. And I think that the team at the moment is not having too many problems against anyone we play against in Scotland right now. It's just in the penalty boxes we need to be a little bit more ruthless. But in terms of general football and the level of our team, I'm happy. It's just, you know, you have to take your chances when they come, and that's a key part of my thinking.
You've mentioned missed chances quite a few occasions. Is a striker the number one priority for you?
I think strikers in general, I think in general. We're losing players in that area of the pitch, and it's an area where we want to strengthen.
Michael, you mentioned you'll give it a real good go next season. Are you confident when you build the squad that you are going to build, that you'll be able to give Celtic a much stronger challenge?
Yeah, I am. Otherwise I wouldn't be sat here. I think that would... My excitement for this summer is because I see the work that we're doing in the background now. We're very close to what I want, and if we get that in, then I'll be very, very pleased, and we'll have a real strong pre-season, implement some new things, and we'll come out of it a much stronger team for sure. And I think the team will be in a mentally much better place than the team that I inherited for sure, because it was different to the team that I'd left a year before.
You talk about pre-season, you can have a strong pre-season and get the players in. How important is it for you that you have as many of these deals that you're working on in the background over the line as soon as possible? And how much are you stressing that to the people that are making the deals happen, that you need them in early at the start of pre-season?
Yeah, I think they've heard that every day for the last few weeks. I think I've drove them mad a little bit since I've been the main person probably in control of the recruitment and players coming in. A lot of the conversations have happened. I've been away meeting players in between the games and the training sessions, and everyone's on the same page that we want people in for the start of pre-season. It might be that we have to be patient on one or two, but most of our work we're aiming to get done very, very quickly. I think that's the key. We're probably doing a little bit more work than you'd like to do in a normal summer. You'd like to just be adding maybe one or two. I think this summer we're going to be adding more than that, and therefore you want to get them in quick because they'll obviously come in and be key players.
Have you got a number? How many roughly? Does it depend on other players going out, or obviously we saw that the 5 players said they farewell to Ibrox on Wednesday? What depends on how many you need to bring on?
No, I think we'll look at the squad. There's one or two futures of the boys in-house that I want to speak to them about and organise as well, and I think we'll look to replace in positions we lose, but it's clear that we're going to need 4 or 5 regardless of that.
You mentioned after the game against Hearts there'll be a few grey hairs on some of the players coming into your squad. Do you feel it's important to add experience as well in the summer due to the likes of McGregor and Arfield leaving the group?
I think experience of playing in Europe, experience of being in big clubs, experience of being at the top of leagues is more important than age. So we're not going to be signing any veterans, but what I was trying to say is in terms of experience, in terms of big club experience, being able to come in and handle playing at Ibrox and the pressure and intensity and expectation, that's what I'm looking for. So when I'm meeting the players, there'll be something in their CV or in their past that I can hang on a little bit.
You switched to that kind of 3 centre back with John dropping back against Hearts. Is that something that you may be looking at for next season? Not necessarily with John in there, but he has performed in that role both this season and under Gio.
Well, we've moved to a back three a hell of a lot in terms of build-up since I come back in, probably in every game. There's sometimes we've gone to it fully and other times we rotate into it. John's flexible, he did that very well for Gio. Slightly different in how I want to do it, but he's certainly capable of that, yeah, and he's shown he can do it well.
Speaking of experience, Stephen Davis was mentioned in the release on Tuesday. Is his role next season, is it purely rehabilitation, or do you see a way he could be involved with the first team?
Oh, listen, he'll be in and around the first team as a normal player in terms of his rehab, and then there'll be a decision. I think at this moment in time, Stevens has got a real burning desire to play. We want to help him to get back to that. He's a Hall of Fame player here, and it's the wrong way for him to end in a training ground accident or incident. And it's important that Stephen's motivation is to get back and play, and me as the coach and everybody here at Rangers from John Bennett down wants to help him have that option. Nobody knows at the moment how that rehab's going to go at his age, but the moment that he's able to make a decision, then Rangers will. But certainly in terms of as a football club, when you see the send-off that, you know, certainly the elder statesmen got Alan and Scotty Arfield on Wednesday, in the coming years, I think it's important that we start to have a little bit more of a Rangers legacy in the first team staff and around the top end of the academy. In my opinion, you've got to pick the right people. They've got to want to do that. They've got to want to go down the coaching and management route. But me and my staff will certainly be there to help anyone that does want to transition. At this moment in time, Stephen's full focus is on returning to play. But in 18 months, I think Stephen's staff left, 5 or 6 people. Gio's staff came in, 5 or 6 people, and I came with 4. That's a lot of turnaround. So in that time, no one was constant in Rangers, if you like. And so I think for continuity between the first team and the academy setup, at some point, you might see someone joining the staff.
We spoke to Connor Goldson a few weeks ago, who said that when you came in, you couldn't win the league. The plan was to try and win the league from that point on. Can you take any encouragement from the fact that you have been able to pick up more points than Celtic since you came in?
Yeah, I think the motivations of both teams have changed over that time, so let's be honest about that. We've had, as I say, the away game at Celtic, we should have taken something from that game. It was our own mistakes, and at Aberdeen in the first half, we should have been 3-0 up, and we lose that game as well. So I'm more disappointed about those results, because I think we could have certainly 3 to 4 more points ourselves than where we are now. Look at Wednesday night, us conceding the 94th minute, which again was from our own mistake. So I'm more focused on us and our points total. I think we could have had more points, and I suppose that's my bugbear. I think we could have had more points ourselves, and I'm just focusing on Rangers moving forward.
Michael, just finally a quick word on St Mirren, what you expect tomorrow, and your team selection. Will it be similar to Wednesday, perhaps a little nod to the past players that might be their final game, or is it all about next season?
No, I think Wednesday was for that. To be fair, I think Wednesday was for that, and Scotty Arthur had a small issue, so couldn't start the game, but the other boys, obviously Alfredo and Alan, played. We've got Antonio Cholak will come back into the squad in the place of Alfredo this weekend. Bailey Rice will come into the squad in replacement for Glenn Kamara as well. So no, we'll look forward to this game. And what I would say about St Mirren, I think Stephen Robinson's done a fantastic job this season to get in the top 6 with the budget they've got. They were pushing for European places just 2 games ago. Their home form's been the bedrock of that, and I think they'll want to go out on a high. It's important. This is a game where you sit on it all summer, and I don't want to sit on a disappointing day. Certainly after the way the game ended on Wednesday night, I want a strong away performance and a win to take us into the summer.
Michael, it sounds like you're very busy with recruitment. Are you going to take any time off this summer?
Yeah, I will. I think it's important to recharge, I think, at the right time, so maybe in the middle of June for a week or so. But to be honest, I'm a little bit... It's hard to relax when you're a football manager. Your phone's ringing all the time, and you're still worrying and thinking about all your players that are on international duty this summer, whether that's senior football, under-21s. You know, we've got Nico going to the under-21 championships, for example. So there'll be a lot of watching of football as well in between... some relaxation with the family, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to the 30th of June because that's the day we're back, so we're not off for long.